Hi! If you haven't used Isolate Select before, it's an efficient way to quickly view a selection without needing to manually show or hide the rest of your scene. So to get started, you can go ahead and select the piece that you wish to view on its own. I'm going to go ahead and grab perhaps one of these crystals. I'm going to use F to focus. And to enter isolation mode, you're going to go ahead and use the hotkey Control 1. And as you can see, all this has done is hide anything that was not selected. Once it's isolated, you can go ahead and deselect it and just work as usual. So you could extrude, or maybe you're fixing the topology, or just having a closer look at whatever it is that you made. And then as soon as you're done, to exit, it's the same hotkey, so Control 1. Now a few smaller details about Isolate Select. The first is that instead of selecting one object, it's okay to select more than one. So I could grab a couple pieces, isolate them, and then exit isolation. Something that's kind of interesting too is that you can actually isolate components. So I could go to face mode and grab maybe the top of this candle, Control 1, and now I have only those faces selected, Control 1 to exit. One other small detail is that you can actually bookmark your selection. So Isolate has its own menu, which is on top of the viewport under Show, Isolate Select, and there's a couple of options in here. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can go ahead and try out a few, but there is at the very bottom a list of bookmarks, and you can bookmark your current isolation. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you that real quick. I'm going to grab, let's say, this candle. I'm going to isolate it. Then I'm going to go to Show, Isolate Select, Bookmark, and Bookmark Current Object. I'm going to click the options box next to this so I can name the group that I'm isolating. I'm going to call this Candle Isolate. Say OK. You can see in the outliner, this added Candle Isolate. And if you've used Quick Select sets in Maya before, this is very similar to a Quick Select set. And of course, up in the main menu, this is now listed, and you can have a list of multiple bookmarks if you made more than one. I'm going to use Control 1 to exit. So in general, while you're in the middle of working, this is often the fastest way to, again, as the name would suggest, isolate one small piece in a greater picture, rather than setting up perhaps display layers in the bottom right, or using your channel box to control visibility. So I hope you've learned something. This is the first video in my new Autodesk Maya cheat code series, and if you'd like to learn more, consider subscribing.